in the middle. Take it away, Zach.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, buddy.
I was just thinking this weekend and the last couple of weekends. We went to EDC, the Electric Daisy concert.
Carnival.
Carnival.
It is like a carnival.
It is
It's like
a
a band marching through, and it's like this whole like city is set up with these different stages. Like, it's not just a concert.
It's not.
Which I think the first time I went, I thought it was, and then it's like, oh, it's like a whole town set up.
There's 300,000 people were.
Was it really?
Yeah, that's how many tickets they sold. Just over 300,000.
And they were sold out.
Yeah.
It's wild.
Got
you thinking.
Yeah, what a example too of dissociation. And I was thinking about this because I think it's a very complicated thing. I think the vernacular about dissociation has changed a lot, and I think that we look at it, especially in our profession, as a really bad thing.
It is a symptom, so it's a bad thing.
Yeah,
it's like a runny nose or a sneeze.
I think that it's more complicated than that. And EDC and a friend's birthday party the week before got me thinking about this, like what we do to dissociate and why we dissociate. And
maybe we'll start with what is dissociation.
Great.
Yeah, let's start there with what do you mean when you say dissociate, and then it almost sounds like you're talking about it like it's a good thing, like we need times. But we'll start with the definition, maybe.
Yeah. You want to define it? Your definition?
Not particularly.
Okay.
I might, but yeah, I'm curious for you. Take the lead.
I think that it's a state of mind that we are not in tune with self or our surroundings. Yeah. It's the opposite of being mindful.
Yeah, I kind of go like Greek and Latin on it, right? Dis means away from. Associate means in connection with. So. Yeah. To take away your typical connections with all the things.
Yeah.
Connection with self, connection with culture.
It could be everything from like I want to get really drunk, I want to get really high, to I just don't want to think and I want to play video games.
Relatable.
It's the state of mind that first state that we go into before we go into a trance.
Yeah.
It's the depotentiation of the honing the mind the to a single thing or something that I don't have to be present and embodied.
Yeah.
And I think that in order to do a lot of the things that we need to do to survive, there has to be a space in our life to dissociate.
Yeah.
Because it's so expensive for the mental energy to always be mindful and do things that are inauthentic. I think it's just so expensive.
You say expensive, like a lot of energy
spent
exactly. on it. Like, I mean, if we talk like the biological machine, like it burns a lot of calories to do that. And the body's kind of set up to conserve calories because who knows when you get your next meal, just as like creatures surviving in the wilderness.
Yeah. The best example of this is like, I want to have a beer at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Like I deserve a drink. It's like even that statement is so quintessential of the need for dissociation. I've been doing a lot of things that I didn't like to do during the day, spending all of this energy. I'm tired. My brain is tired. My consciousness is tired. I need to turn it off.
Yeah.
Then that got me to trauma. And I was thinking about this from the perspective of like, I'm constantly seeing people have trauma reaction, so much so that we like normalize the trauma reactions to where it's like, it's okay for me to have this trauma reaction throughout the day, even if it's just like a small one. And then I have to dissociate.
Yeah. I'm absorbing this from a new frame of reference. So like this dissociation. serves an important purpose because I have to disconnect. And so do you think the dissociation helps us disconnect from the trauma reactions? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, just everything. Like I can't be thinking about this anymore. I can't be spending this energy anymore. And yeah, that's like why it kind of struck me this weekend is like, I never thought about it like this before. I'm watching people normalize having trauma reactions to do the things that they need to do to survive, then do an activity that's going to help them dissociate from all of that so that they can get a reprieve from having normalized trauma reactions.
It sounds complicated. Like it sounds like a lot of steps to do something that maybe could be done simpler.
Yeah, I think
so. Is that kind of where you're going?
I think so. And of course, I haven't fully hashed this out yet.
We're doing it now.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. So if we change that and we believe that trauma reactions are healthy, what does that change? Like, I mean, if dissociation, sorry, I'm using the wrong word. If dissociations are typically thought about as a problem for mental health, but you're kind of saying, no, we have to disassociate. Well, how does that change that people live their lives? They probably need to choose some specific time to dissociate on purpose in a healthy way. I don't think I know what that looks like. What's a healthy dissociation?
I mean, I think that a couple of examples are like meditation, processing.
How do I know when I'm overdue for a dissociative experience? Like, I've been too connected. I need to dissociate. What would be some of the warning signs?
I think it's stress.
Stress.
It's inauthenticity.
Are there some things I can look for in my life that would let me know I'm overly stressed? Because things are stressful. Life is stressful. But then the stress level to where I'm inauthentic to myself, how would I know that I'm inauthentic? Because I would imagine I'm too stressed and I'm too deep into it to really recognize that I'm being inauthentic. How would I catch it? How would I catch myself?
I think that's the tough part. Because oftentimes I don't want to, because a lot of people have to, I'm saying a lot of people go to work and they like their job because it gets them something, but it is really inauthentic for them.
Yeah.
And they try to displace that inauthenticity by saying they will be happy when they get the promotion. They'll be happy when they make enough money to retire. And actually, that's a great form of dissociation too.
I'll be happy when.
Yeah.
Wow. So if I'm saying I'll be happy when, it's probably not a good sign.
Probably not.
Well, but sometimes the things I'm going through are really miserable, Zach. Is there a better thing to say I'll be happy when if my current circumstances, are not what I want them to be?
Well, I think it depends. And this is the sad part is I think that it really depends on what I want to say pressures, groups, society, external forces have put on me for survival. Like going back to the job thing is, I think it's so tough to be able to say like, I need to have this big house and I want to quit my job. I want to live with less.
This is tough.
Yeah.
Because in order to dissociate in a healthy way, I have to be really clear on like what I actually need and what assumptions I'm making.
Yeah.
Like I need a big house, I need this, I need to drive this type of car. And the truth is you might not, but that may have been such an assumption that we don't realize that we're making all these beliefs about ourselves.
Yeah.
So maybe there's not an easy answer.
I don't think that it is, because on one hand, I want to, I mean, for myself now, I don't want to have to dissociate to survive. And on the other hand, if I'm always 100% if I'm always 100% authentic, I'm not going to be able to live in the society and be a member of it.
Whoa. If you are 100% authentic, you can't live in a society.
I think that going back to the Jungian psychoanalysis, Jung said that only 2 people have been fully individuated. And on the path to individuation, a lot of times what will happen is society will kill the person becoming an individual because it doesn't fit into the paradigm of the society.
Oh my gosh. Who are the 2 people?
Well, he said, I don't know how much I believe this, but what he said was Jesus and the Buddha.
Yeah, those would be some good choices.
And Jesus was killed. The Buddha was exiled and told he was never going to be able to come back to his homeland.
Oh boy. So what does this mean? What do I do next?
Sucks to be us, I guess.
This is a really depressing episode.
I don't know. I think that for me and personally, it's got to be a balance, because the more you dissociate, the more you will dissociate. And without putting in that work to not dissociate and be authentic, the dissociation will take over.
Well, so then when you say authentic, maybe what do you mean? Maybe I don't know what that word means for you. Like dissociate makes sense. I detach from my belief of identity in my surroundings. I take kind of a break. And I think there's a lot of ways we do that. A drink at the end of the day may not be the most helpful per se, but I understand where it's coming from. Go into an experience like EDC, which is a totally set apart, separate kind of experience. I think church, for many people, like whatever religious organization you're affiliated with, like going to a worship service, it's a detachment from the people around and from your day-to-day work life and stress. But then you introduce this term authenticity. And it's like, well, what does it mean to be truly authentic?
I think Jung would have said whole, acting, being in society, being in some sort of unit, family unit, social unit, and being wholly the individual and portraying wholly that individual in that space. It's a state of mind where there's no shadow. There's no hidden unconscious stuff. So, and actually, let me help the definition by defining what it's not.
Okay.
Being fully individuated doesn't mean that or not yet being fully individuated doesn't mean that you don't do authentic things, but it means that there's still hidden stuff inside the psyche.
Oh, so this is, when you say being fully authentic, it's kind of like intentionally an impossible goal. It's like, trying to build the perfect car.
Yeah.
It's like, well, everything erodes and degrades and needs to be replaced. It's like, there will never be a perfect car, but we keep trying to get closer and closer. And man, we built some pretty cool cars.
Yeah.
There's some that are really enjoyable to drive, some that are very utilitarian and useful. And so it's like with people too, like, maybe there's this goal, almost, pardon me for being, obnoxiously philosophical, but like Plato's idea of perfect forms.
Yeah.
Like the reason that we know of circles is because in all of our heads is this perfect circle, but no perfect circle actually exists.
Sure.
Because that'd be impossible. And so it's like this idea of a perfect human, but no perfect human ever actually exists. Am I getting it?
Yeah, but I don't think that it can't be. I think that it just isn't.
Yeah. You think there'll be a perfect human?
Jung would have said that's the Buddha and Jesus.
Yeah, maybe. Okay. So maybe it's very difficult, but not impossibly unattainable. Wow.
Yeah, and that's why I'm also like, the goal can't be to just not dissociate, because that's a symptom of not being perfectly yourself.
Ooh, so it's almost like the treatment for inauthenticity is dissociation.
Yeah.
Whoa, that's wild.
Yeah, that's a great definition of it.
Yeah, it's the treatment. It's the It's the Flonase to my seasonal allergies.
Yeah.
Yeah, just here, let me take a shot of dissociation. Oh, I can breathe again.
Yeah, that's a great example because our sinuses get filled up with all of the antigens from our world, and our body can't process it sometimes, and then there's the reaction. And so we need to do the thing to deal with the reaction so that we can keep on and not have to stay in bed all day the next day.
Whoa. Well, I didn't mean it to be like that good of a metaphor.
It's a great metaphor.
Yeah, as you suck up the air from around you, it's full of pollen and debris and soot from the road, and sometimes it gets clogged. And so let me take some Flonase, let me dissociate so I can come back. So it's a cleanser, dissociation.
Yeah, I think so. It can be.
Sometimes you got to stop the engine and dunk it in some degreaser so you can start fresh.
Yeah.
Like that?
I don't think dissociation is always that. Too, I think that it could be, maybe another metaphor that it acts as is like a narcotic painkiller. A lot of people think that opioids are painkillers, but they're really not.
Oh, really?
They don't take away any pain. If you've ever used a narcotic painkiller for pain after surgery or something like that, you don't feel the pain, but then as soon as you start paying attention to it, you do. The only things that actually work on the nerves is actually like Tylenol. It deadens the pain of the nerves. But narcotics, what they do is they just make you not think about it.
Well, that's fascinating.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
And so I think dissociation can be a lot like that too. Especially when you do it too much.
Yeah. Well, so if you're going to leave people with a message based on this like new thinking about dissociation, what do you hope people take away from these thoughts that are coming to you?
The first thing that comes to my mind is be kind. Be kind about your dissociations. It's there for a reason, and let's work to try and make it so that we don't have to dissociate as much. But also, when you dissociate, be kind. I see clients all the time just focusing in on oh man, I'm such an idiot. I got to stop playing video games so much. And it's that's just like saying oh man, I hate having to take Flonase, so I'm just going to stop. Yeah.
You might need the Flonase though.
Yeah.
Oh, so if you just stop playing video games, but you're still not living a life that's authentic, well, you're going to create an even bigger problem.
Yeah, I think that
because now you're inauthentic and you can't breathe.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, so be kind, and really be kind to yourself is almost what you're saying.
Exactly. Yes.
And maybe an awareness of this can help you be kind to others. Someone's playing video games all the time, and it's well, yeah, I can't just let that go, but I also can have some empathy and understanding for where it comes from.
Yeah, I see this with couples too. I mean, when you go to the video game, there's how many couples have I seen that one partner is looking at the other partner and saying all you do is play video games, you never talk to me, and it's stop paying attention to if you really want to get through to your partner, stop paying attention to trying to get them to stop playing video games and start paying attention to what is it about the relationship that usually he is feeling like he needs to dissociate from.
Yeah. Wow. Is that the biggest takeaway, or is that one of a few you're thinking of?
That's the biggest one. And actually, I didn't have any takeaways until you asked me.
Yeah. I was just I was these are great thoughts. I was how should I live my life differently? So I wanted to ask. Wow. Be kind.
Yeah, be kind to yourself. I feel like people, we just pay attention to the dissociation so much instead of why it's there.
Yeah. And I see people chasing the dissociation so much. They sort of make a personality out of the dissociation rather than trying to pursue living an authentic life. So many people, they center their personality around going to the bar with their friends, or going to festivals, or, doing different drugs, or, playing video games, right? And so, well, that can become a real problem when your identity should be about you, not your disassociations. If you start to make your identity about dissociations, you're kind of making your identity about the fact that you're not authentic.
Yeah. And I'm just having this thought now is that's how it spirals.
It spirals down. Then I need more dissociation because I base my personality on not being authentic. And then because that dissociation is my personality, then it gets even deeper. So I have to do more and more and more. Yeah. Oh man, addiction starts to make sense, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it sure does. It sure does. Wow, it's very interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know what else I got to say about that. I'm gonna have to think about it. You've given me some things to think about this week.
I saw a lot of dissociations past weekend.
Yeah, at EDC? I bet, man. I bet. A lot of dissociations. Wow, that's fascinating. Well, yeah. I guess let us know in the comments, like, what dissociations you have. Like, which ones you're thinking of that maybe we missed. I mean, we're thinking about EDC and, drinking. Like, those are some obvious ones, playing video games, but I think there's little secret ways that we do this all the time.
All the time.
And so you can see how it can become toxic dissociations, but maybe there's not enough space in our current conversation for how we need them. And maybe ways to come back. And maybe that's something we follow up on. Because, I mean, you do have to come back after the dissociations.
Yeah.
And that's important too. Oof, good stuff. Okay. Yeah, let me know. We got some conversations to have in the comments. And if you got a thought about what we should talk about in our next episode, let us know. But until then, thanks, Zach. Good thoughts post EDC as we, I don't know, at least for me, reattach to my identity outside of that dissociative experience. That's good.
Yeah.
Until next time.
Bye.
Bye.